Now on Denver 7 News at 6, you're waking up to snow all across the metro. It's a Denver 7 weather action day. Our team is getting you ready for a messy morning commute.
Very snowy conditions today. It's going to be a tricky one in some spots. We're keeping an eye on the roads for you. We'll have a complete update coming up in just a minute.
Well, some of the heaviest snow has already moved through the metro area. We'll continue to see more snow, though, through the morning commute. It will lighten up tonight. We'll be timing out the storm, and I'll have an update on how much snow we're expecting by the end of the day in your neighborhood coming up.
Also, breaking from overnight, a Denver police officer shot in the neck by a suspect already in handcuffs. How officers think he was able to get access to a gun.
And a standoff in Boulder ends with a man in custody. We're learning how officers helped 2 people escape.
I felt hopeless. I felt like I didn't have anything, honestly, and I felt like I was not a good parent.
She's a single mom of 2, and you're making her holiday a little easier. All the ways we've been able to help with your generous Denver7 Gives donations. Yeah, the holidays are stressful enough, especially when you have to drive in wintry conditions like we have this morning. This is a live look from our studio camera looking up Spear Boulevard toward Broadway, and you can see a mix of conditions out there because there are still snow-packed roads. Obviously, this one has been cleared and it just looks wet this morning, but it is causing for some slick conditions. In fact, we've already seen some crashes out there. It is a Denver 7 weather action day. Yeah,
we have our team spread out across the area here from Boulder to Denver to Danny New, who you never know where he'll be. He'll be reporting from our driving shot for us today. Yes, there he is. It's the first time we've
It's
had
like he's
Danny
thinking, what's that on the road?
Yeah.
He's going to go, what's that? And he's going to stop and find out.
He gets to do the driving shot for the first time ever, which is fun. Jason, of course, you've been tracking a lot of problems.
And the bridges are really slick. So even though you saw like Spear there where it was just wet, you get across the bridge there across Cherry Creek, and then it's just all totally snow covered.
We've certainly seen that already.
Yes, we have.
Don't go too fast, but also don't go too slow. I came up on somebody going, I kid you not, 2 miles an hour on I-25 this morning.
Did they have hazards on?
Nope, it was they basically stopped.
Okay.
And the snow continues to fall. Really, some of the heavier snow showers have already rolled through. I'm going to show you those bands of snow. Now at about 6:02, you're going to see it's shifted to the south and east of Denver. Snow continues to fall, though, but that was really going to be the brunt of our accumulation and coming right on time with what we were expecting yesterday between about 3 and 4 o'clock, seeing that snow ramp up, leaving us already with about 2 to 4 inches of snow on the ground. And we're likely going to pick up an additional 1 to 2 inches here through the morning. It's going to really lighten up, though, by this afternoon. Likely you're going to find flurries through early afternoon. Still slick tonight, so get ready for really 2 messed up commutes, I think, today, but more so this morning. Teens and 20s early on. We're going to stay in the 20s, low to mid 20s, so your out the door forecast is obviously a layer up kind of day. We're looking at cold conditions and that winter weather advisory in effect until 2 o'clock this afternoon here in town. We'll take a closer look at some of that mountain snow coming up here in just a few minutes, and I'll show you just how much colder it's going to get tomorrow morning in a couple minutes.
And we still have a handful of crashes out and about on and off the highway systems. I'll show you some of those right now. You have this crash on westbound I-70 here at Quebec, blocking up the center lane. Some people spun out there up on I-76 right near 136. E-470 is a crash up that way. You see the road conditions on 225, 6th Avenue. Take a look at the map, and we do have also a big power outage out to the west side of town in the Arvada area, and it's really centered around 64th and Ward Road. Nearly 4,000 XL customers. We could see some dark intersections up that way. Right over here at the I-76, E-470, the trucker just slid off right here off the roadway, took the trailer and everything with him, and so we do have some restrictions up that way. And then obviously you saw that westbound I-70 crash, so a couple extra minutes from Central Park, Havana, getting through there as the traffic is split around that one crash. Out here to the east side of town, just slow go traffic, as you can see around town. We've had crashes down in Castle Rock. That is pretty much cleared up for us now, and then getting up to or from Boulder. Quite a bit of snow up there from the camera up at Foothills and Arapahoe. You can see how much snow, and you can see the snow really coming down. To get a better look at it, Brandon Richard is up there right now in Boulder taking a look at the snow, which is pouring down on you, Brandon.
Yeah, the snow not lightening up here in Boulder. It's been coming down here at a pretty good clip. Of course, we have seen more snow here in Boulder than perhaps in the Denver area. At least when we were in Denver, it wasn't snowing quite this hard. But I'm going to step down here, and you can see we've got 3 inches here. Of course, there have been snow gone by here on Broadway. But even with that, there's still maybe another half an inch to an inch even after the snow plows have gone by. So lots of snow here in Boulder. You know, on our way into Boulder from Denver, we were on Highway 36. Most people were doing what they should be doing, which was reducing their speed, sort of taking it slow and steady. We didn't see, about 90 minutes ago when we were driving in, we didn't see any accidents on Highway 36. Again, most people doing what they should be doing, reducing their speed, taking it easy, and that's what you're going to want to do if you have to get out this morning. Give yourself some extra time. We have been seeing these trucks like these ones here behind me, these snow plows going up and down here on Broadway. If you do go too fast, though, you might run into some problems. But again, we're a broken record this morning, slow and steady, because that's really the key if you must get out this morning. For now, we're live in Boulder. Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
Big fat flakes there.
All right, still coming down. Looks pretty fluffy out there. Thank you, Brandon. If you want to check the forecast, you can do so anytime through the Denver 7 app. In fact, there's a radar there that you can zoom in right into your neighborhood to see what conditions are like up to the minute. You can get weather push alerts also right to your phone. Download the Denver 7 app for free to Apple or Android devices. We are following some breaking news this morning. A Denver police officer is in the hospital after being shot in the neck by a man in handcuffs.
Yeah, Denver 7's Veronica Acosta is live now. And Veronica, police think the suspect still had a gun on him even after they had searched him.
That's exactly what they think. And as the snow continues here in downtown Denver, we know that investigation into how exactly that suspect, who had already been arrested, had already been searched once, was able to get his hands on a gun and then shoot that officer in the neck. So we know this kind of all started really late last night, right around 9 p.m. That's when DPD officers in southwest Denver came across a vehicle that at the time they thought was stolen. Eventually they were able to make contact with that suspect. After the suspect did try getting away from police, they were able to arrest him and then do that initial search where they found this suspect did have a handgun and a lot of drugs on him. After that, they were brought right here where we are this morning, the downtown detention center. They were trying to get that suspect out of the vehicle that they transported him here in, and somehow this suspect was able to get his hands on a second gun, shooting that officer in the neck. Of course, other officers in the nearby area, they shot back at the suspect. And Chief Ron Thomas did do a presser last night. During that presser, he said the initial thought is that that suspect did have that second gun on him. Somehow they must have missed it during that initial search, right? Listen to what else he had to say during that press conference.
Certainly, officers take precautions to search individuals for weapons and other items that could be used to harm themselves or harm the officers. And we'll have to identify through the investigation exactly where this weapon was recovered from.
And like I mentioned, that suspect was shot by police officers. We know that he is in critical condition right now. As for the police officer, he was taken to a local hospital. He was in good spirits as of last night, according to the chief. He was surrounded by both his wife and his mom. He did say at some point during that press conference yesterday that these officers involved in this shooting are about 7-year veterans of the department. And of course, the questions continue though, right? How did this happen? How was this suspect able to get his hands on a gun? Those are all questions that we're trying to get answered this morning. We're live in downtown Denver. I'm Veronica Acosta. Denver 7.
Oh, well, just thankful the officer is okay, of
Right.
course. Thank you, Veronica. We're also keeping you updated on a breaking news situation in Boulder. A man was finally taken into custody after a 3-hour standoff. Police rescued 2 people from inside a home on Broadway near Iris Avenue. Police say one officer fired their weapon, but no one was hit. The suspect later barricaded himself inside that home. They say he had multiple guns on him. Nearby homes were evacuated as a precaution until investigators were able to get that man into custody. There is still a scene out there at Broadway and Iris this morning. New documents obtained by Denver7 show the mother of the suspected Club Q shooter was cited 3 hours after the shooting happened. The complaint doesn't give a reason police went to Laura Vopel's home, but it says she was warned several times to stop yelling and that she was combative toward police. Vopel is charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. She'll be in court early next year.
By the way, Colorado Springs police are revising the number of victims from the Club Q shooting. Investigators say 17 people were shot and survived. 5 others, though, were hurt in the attack, although not by gunfire. So 22 total injured in the attack. The death toll stands at 5 people. And right now on Denver7.com, we have several ways you can support the victims' families and survivors of the Club Q shooting. Well, the holidays are stressful enough, but a single mom is getting some much needed help thanks to your support.
Yeah, when we first met Midori Edwards this summer, a mobile mechanic had taken off with her money, but our generous viewers helped repair her car, and some other donations helped pay for some baby supplies. But we still had some money left in the fund, and she told us one thing she really wanted was to give her little ones a good Christmas. So we were able to surprise her with a shopping spree.
Happy, my heart sunk into my lungs. I was like, oh my goodness, this is actually gonna help. Yes, thank you, Lord. They have came through. You guys blessed.
Yeah, there's more though. We heard that Midori's old car broke down for good this time, and her replacement couldn't pass Colorado's emissions test. So we have just enough money left over to help pay for her new car repairs.
Thanks for the donations. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that will be good to help get her through the snow today,
yeah.
Lisa.
Cute little kids, huh? Take a look at our additional snowfall totals. About a ½ inch to near 2 inches possible here along the Front Range. Some of the heaviest snow has moved in. We're starting to see some snowfall totals from overnight come in. I'll have those for you in just a few minutes. If you're heading up to the mountains, those high mountain passes are going to be tricky. A good 2 to 4 inches of additional snow in the high country, and cold tomorrow morning. We'll be timing out how all this is going to clear out coming up.
Yeah, most of the highways and byways up to the mountains have chain or traction laws in place up there. This is downtown Littleton. You can see how much snow cover we have down here. This is a shaded area, so it stays a little bit colder, and you'll see more snow packed in here throughout the day. So this is the drive going over to Santa Fe. It'd be right on the other side there. You actually see some of the Santa Fe traffic right in here. So a pretty slick drive for you in downtown Littleton right now.
Elon Musk is now going after Apple. As we learn, Colorado Twitter employees are fed up with how Musk is handling the company.
Meanwhile, our Denver 7 Weather Action Day team coverage is just getting started. This is a look from Empower Field to downtown Denver. Hard to see with the snow falling as more cars hit the road. A reminder, you can find school and government office delays at the bottom of your screen or on the homepage of Denver7.com. We'll get a live look at the roads coming up.